Hi, my name is Bob Schwartz. I'm a San Diego, California real estate broker, certified residential specialist with over 30 years of residential real estate experience. This is a short summary of what I foresee for the new year for San Diego. And unfortunately, I cannot agree with the majority of the gurus out there who, as usual at this time of year, say, hey, what a great time to buy, interest rates are down, prices are down, things are about to turn around. Well, unfortunately, they've been saying similar phrases since 2005 and have been wrong each year. I think they're going to be wrong again this year. I'm calling my forecast for 2011 the year of the short sale, at least as far as San Diego real estate goes. I think we're going to see many more foreclosures. Currently, foreclosures have been off, but the reason for that is through government and self-imposed moratoriums by the banks. Right after the new year, those moratoriums are going to be lifted, and I think we're going to see the banks trying to clean up their portfolios. Now, we did see some appreciation here in San Diego this year. It was modest and entirely, I think, due to the fact of the home buyer's credit. Federal had an $8,000 home buyer credit. California had about $10,000. But as soon as those credits expired, sales dropped off dramatically. In some cases, over 20% here in the West. Now, prices still continued for a number of months to appreciate, but that's just for the lag in reporting sales. It takes time to go through escrow, get your loan, etc. But just recently, it's been reported that appreciation now has started to again go down because the real figures are now coming in. You cannot have a divergence where you are reporting that prices are going up and yet sales of homes are going down by double digits. So that's really what was happening behind the numbers. Now, as far as next year goes, well, I think one of the things the federal government should do is stay out of the way and let the free market take over. Almost every one of the government programs to help housing has been a dismal failure by any measure. And actually, I think these programs have actually prolonged the housing malaise. I mean, there's nothing wrong with renting. I feel sorry for some of the people, but hey, we all started out renting, and there's nothing wrong with that. We have to get people who can afford these homes back in the homes instead of leaving people there who can't make the payments, even when their mortgage is lowered, their interest rate is lowered. You know, it's time to rent, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now, we've just seen some further action by the federal government. We had the QE2, $600 billion, try and keep down interest rates. And actually what happened is since that passed is that interest rates have taken some of the largest, well, actually the largest jump since the beginning of the year. I attribute that in part to the fact that printing up of $6 billion is seen by many as devaluing the dollar. So lenders are saying, well, wait a minute, if I'm going to loan money here, you're going to pay me back with dollars 10, 15, 20, 30 years from now that are going to be worth much less than what I'm lending you right now. And that's what's caused, in my opinion, again, the spike in interest rates. Plus, we have some other factors that are kind of unique here to San Diego, but do apply to a couple of other places. One is California passed its own cap and tax bill, which basically is going to increase energy costs over the next 5 years by about 20%. We just re-elected our now new governor, Jerry Brown, and when Proposition 13, our cap on taxes, property taxes out here went in effect, he was against it. And it's pretty much assumed that he's going to propose another huge major increase in California state taxes. So we have a lot of factors that are happening here, including the fact that this downturn in housing, and I can feel safe in calling it a housing depression, at least in San Diego, was so severe and has dragged on so long now that it's been ingrained in the consciousness of many of the new buyers or potential buyers coming to the market, the late 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds. They've seen what's happened in the market. They see what happened to their parents, and they're a lot more cautious, and in my opinion will be delaying their home purchases compared to prior generations. So that's a factor that's kind of unique here, as well as the fact that I think we have a lot of homes here still, even after about 30% decline in value, are still overvalued. And that is because a lot of the homes for the last 5 years were built on the basis of what we call in the industry liar loans. People didn't really have to qualify to get loans for these properties. Now that people have to qualify, they have to produce a documentation to show that they can handle those payments. A lot of them can't. And we have a lot of excess housing on the market. So to sum things up, I don't think 2011 is going to be an upturn for San Diego. I still think we're going to see an easing, though it may be a slight easing in house appreciation. And I think probably 2012 will be the year for base building, and we should start to see a slight improvement from then on. Obviously, who knows what other factors can influence that as far as government actions and interest rates, etc. But I think people who jump in the market, especially for short-term profits now or in the beginning of next year, might be making a mistake. Again, you should run these thoughts by your own professionals before making any decision. This is just my own personal opinion. I appreciate you listening to this, and please go to my website and get a free subscription to my blog so you can stay in touch with my future opinions. Thanks again.